In this video, it's the first baby steps with the Yugo Sana. I'm going to start preparing it for engine investigations, and stage one is going to be to whip a spark plug out. Look at that, that looks mightily grim. And we'll get some oil into all the cylinders and see where we go from there. The slanted engine is going to make life a bit more difficult. You really want the oil sitting on top of the piston. That's not really going to be possible, but it's more about just getting some lubrication in there before we even think about trying to turn this over. It might be a while before I can actually start work on it, but that's a useful step I can do. The oil can sit there and do its work. So we'll crack on with that. That looks like, is that a small spark plug? I'm going to find sockets. That's a small spark plug socket. See how that looks. It's bigger than that. Right, place bets now. How tight these are going to be. Oh, not too bad actually. That's encouraging. Maybe someone's had the plugs out before, because it is my suspicion, given the nature of the wiring bodgery in here, that someone has attempted to run this. I personally would want to see inside here to see what state the timing belt's in, but that all in good time. That can wait for us to get the engine filled with oil. Well, not filled, because then it might hydraulic. You know what I mean. Just notice we've got a remote brake booster or servo and master cylinder. So yeah. Oh no, that's the steering rack down there. I wonder if there's a bar behind that links the two. Yeah, I ain't going to run on those. Last time it ran very rich indeed. Look at the state of that. That is not much cop. Gradually start getting more difficult to find. Oh, you know what? I'm probably should label the spark plug leads, but maybe if I just hang them over there in the right order, that will do. It's gradually getting more and more inaccessible. I guess you're probably meant to take this air filter assembly off, but I don't really want to open the engine up any more than I have to. I love this shield over the coil. That is marvellous bit of work right there. Alright. Plug number 2. Let's see what this one's like. Ugh. Also awful. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get this off. Otherwise I'm never going to even get at the other two. So I'll do that now. There we go. That all comes off. Very strange setup. Nonetheless, there's a bit of a C screw on that. And now we've got access to an actual engine. DMB. Wonder what that means. I've got carburetor here as well. So I'll put this back on once I'm done to try and keep that as happy as possible. There's the choke. Yes, it is the choke. So we'll close the choke. That protects it all a bit more. And there we've got access to the remaining 2 spark plugs, sort of. Right, I've got some oil in the cylinders. It's only multi-purpose 3-in-1 oil, but it's better than nothing. And get the timing cover off. Now I've unbolted that. Add it to my pile of parts over here. And, oh, that's on skinny timing belt, isn't it? But nonetheless, it does seem to be intact. So that was one theory, was that this engine had suffered timing belt failure, and that might have been what made this car be scrapped. It appears it wasn't that. There could well be other faults. I'm still exploring my way around this car. There was a steering recall on the Sana, and the problem was that recall was just about when the war kicked off, and then sanctions kicked in, so you couldn't get the parts you needed to fix these cars. So that could be a reason it came off the road. Certainly it was only on the road for 5 years, and of the 30 it has existed. I might just get a socket on there and just see whether it's got any inclination to move at all. If it has none, we will just leave it and put more oil in if we can. Yeah, we'll give that a go. Find a nice big spanner to go on that nut. What do we reckon? 17s? 17 stands a fair chance, I think. It is indeed a 17. So, oh no, that is locked. Absolutely solid. Okay, so I would say we've got a seized engine. That is a bit annoying, but not exactly to be unexpected, given how long this car has been off the road. I don't want to force it, because you don't know what damage you're going to do. Might be worth just popping the rocker cover off, just to have a look in there, and that could well give me some thoughts on what to do next, because obviously I can replace the engine. That isn't too difficult to do, but it's always nice to have the original engine working, isn't it? So these look like yet more 10 mils. We've got a double nut on there for some reason, so that's convenient because I have my 10 mil spanner right here. Oh, that's tight, that one. Yeah, that's pretty tight as well. I was wondering how I managed to not film stuff, but it's probably because the screen on this action camera goes dead after a while to save battery life, so I can't actually see what I'm recording. Oh! This is not what I'm meant to be doing today. What I'm meant to be doing today is fitting rear brakes to a 2CV, but nonetheless, here we are. I have to get this top one off first, I suspect. Okay, let's get this nut going. Then you can access the one underneath. Oh dear. Someone was obviously worried they were going to come loose. Might need a socket for that one. I haven't got much room to manoeuvre. Yep, okay. Switch to socket mode. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Right, we shall borrow this because it just gives you a bit more mechanical advantage when trying to undo these nuts. And I will do all of them in the fullness of time. Making sure I'm not losing any of the washers. Right, I'd really like to get that washer off. If I can, you'll have to excuse the door banging behind me, but I've had to close it because of the rain. Let's get the cover off that end. See if I can get that washer off now, because I don't want to lose that. I've got to undo this fuel line as well. Fuel feed from the pump down there to the carburetor up here. Oh, this washer has been a pain. It's always the one that access is most difficult on but won't come off. Right, I got it. And all the others are off, so off comes the cam cover. Good if we can encourage the gasket to stay on there. There we go. And we're into the cam box. And it doesn't all look very healthy in there either, does it? Yeah, you getting more muck in there. I might try a bit of oil up here as well, but I don't think it's going to do us much good. I think the problem is downstairs, so to speak. Well, perhaps we haven't learned too much really, other than that the engine's knackered in this beautiful car of mine. Now, quite a lot of you were absolutely incredulous at the 500 quid I paid for this car, and I suppose in the context of selling the Tercel for 350 quid, that was £50 profit. Shame I spent more than that on fuel collecting the parts. The City Rover sold for £100, but these are super rare, and while they're super rare for a reason perhaps, I'm still amazed I managed to get my hands on one. So it's scarcity value I've paid for. I agree, it is far from a beautiful example. It is absolutely terrible. but still, I think there is potential here. I just don't think it's going to be an easy project. And you know, I'm toying with the idea I could go to Serbia, buy a spares car, drive it back, and then plonk it in. I could probably fit some different Fiat engines. That's probably entirely possible. But there's plenty of time. There is no rush on this. Not desperate to get it anywhere. Festival of the Unexceptional 2021 would be a noble aim. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Shut up, door! This door is an absolute pain in the bum. But it is raining, so I have to keep shutting the door so I don't get wet indoors, because it's quite windy also. But yeah, I need to get back on with the 2CV, so I'm going to do that now. That was my first sort of explore, if you like. Shut up, door! My first explore around the Sana, really. Yeah, don't be in any doubts. This is a big project, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited at this very moment. Just looking at it, I'm excited. And especially now I have a bit more space in the workshop again. So you're right, I'm going to crack on with the 2CV. I need to get that back on the road because it's almost a year since we went to Croatia, so it would be good to get Eddie back on the road, and other things are going to have to wait. But this is one reason I like having multiple projects, because I've not got very long attention span, so having something else to go and fiddle with is ideal. But I need a cup of tea and a biscuit, and then I'm going to crack on with the rear brakes on the 2CV. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. There will be more antics with this absolute heap of rubbish, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Farewell.